Hi, it's Rachel here, and I had a request. I'm not sure if it was Christmas ones, but I had a request to make class 3 things again. So I thought I might do some class 3 things and some belly bands maybe. We'll see how much time we've got. So I think what I'll do first, before I sort of bring over the big noisy sewing machine, we might just paperclip them. So where will I begin? Well, I normally begin with a base. So I've just pulled this out of the bin. It's not dirty or anything. It's only paper in the bin. And I've got fabrics, my usual little basket of fabrics. Probably becoming a bit boring. I probably need to get some different ones out. And I've also got my Christmas fabrics as well. So maybe we'll pull out some of those here and there and give them a rip. Okay, so that can go there. Actually, I might just put a little bit of glue behind. So I'm already liking that, so I think I'll just glue those. Feeling very cheeky tonight. I'm not feeling like cooking, so I have already booked. We're off to eat our favourite pizza. I'm very bad, very bad. Lulu's happy. Aren't you, Lulu? Yeah. She is chuffed. I'll put that there. Maybe I'll have a little bit of something else. Oh, I quite like that. I mean, if you do some nice layering that you're happy with, you don't even need to put anything else on it, and that'll get stitched. I'll probably stitch down there and there. And I'm wondering, do I want, isn't that cute little snowman? That's from one of those papers, the Stafil papers. Right. That is so cute. Oh, I love that. Well, there you go. There's the first one. Let's put a bit of glue. We don't even need our paper clips to hold it in place. We've got our glue. So there you go. There's one. I mean, I've got a bit of a mess behind it. But I'm trying to stay on screen. I like that. So there's a little cluster. So obviously, if you're not, doing a not Christmas one, then you just use different colour fabrics. Okay, so we'll put that one aside. We'll recap what I've done afterwards. Oh, isn't that, they're so cute. Okay, so we just got to start with the base. That's where you start. I'm just grabbing another one out of the garbage bin, as you do. Maybe I can have two. And these were just pieces that I had ripped off my folded book page because it was too long, and I thought, well, I don't want to use that. I don't want to keep that. And I had just thrown it in the bin. It was actually from my previous crafting. And I do love this paper. Gosh, I'll be sad when this is gone. Absolutely love that. Oh, that's too short. This is going to go everywhere, this paper. Might like a little bit of this behind there. I don't have to see my background. My background's just a piece of yellowing sort of book page, so I need to get some textile in there. Don't want that one. I might like this one. Okay, so I do, even though only one side's going to be torn, but doesn't matter. Oops. I threw it a bit too far. It went into my things to do. Yeah, I like that. So let's start gluing. So first of all, I'll just put a whole lot of glue here. I've actually got a really sore thumb. It's just aching when I glue even. You know what it's from? It's from my overexerting myself on the weekend, cleaning and reorganising for Madame, and then of course when you move furniture around, you then see what you need to clean, and so then now I've got a sore thumb from squeezing out the sponge. So, isn't that crazy? Anyway, that'll be my excuse why I don't have to do anything for a little bit, because my thumb hurts. Okay, so that's going there. I mean, of course, Christmas colours, yummy. And we might need a little bit of textile again. Let's just see. I mean, you know, beigey. We'll go a little, lacy, I mean. What am I saying? Just grab a bit of lace. Okay, and I have that many things on the go that I am not finishing anything. Nothing is finished. Nothing is being finished. I told my hubby tonight I am going to work until I drop, because otherwise, like, someone asked me how many hours of crafting do I get in. Well, you know what? Not always, not a lot. Sometimes my only crafting I do is when I do a video. And then I might do another hour afterwards, and that is it. So I don't always get a lot in, just because, you know, just things happen, just how the day sort of turns out. And of course, I've started auditioning things. I'm distracting you with my chitter chatter so I can audition in peace. So it just depends how the day is going, whether or not I'm going to get much. I'm going back to the snowman. Snow lady, snowman, I don't know. How much crafting I get in. Some days are really good, and I might get a bit in, you know, more in, several hours. But there are days that, you know, I sell the straw paper, and then I might sell some paper bundles and then fabric packs, and I do try and make some in advance, but I don't always have, I like that. I don't always have them. Like, sometimes they just sell, and then I haven't had a chance to make more, and then I have to sit down and make them. So, and then, you know, of course, then you've got to package it all up and go to the post office, which is always an event. There we go. There's another one. I like that. Okay, we'll start with another base, and we're going to be going very much the same colours, aren't we, if I don't snap out of it and find something else to use. Yeah, so yeah, I don't always get a lot of crafting in, to be honest. One would think I'd craft all day. I would love that. Well, not always. Sometimes it becomes tiring. Let's go a little bit beige. Why don't we do something beigey? Beigey, paley, pastel-y, pretty. Oh gosh, I love this linen. Is just now, what was that from? Who knows? Oh, and I can't rip it. I'm trying to rip it. No. Oh yes, it is. It's rippable. Okay, excuse the noise. The sound effects. Oh my god. Oh, I have a hot flash now. That was stressful. Now, why did my... Oh, okay. I've got the iPad going with the sound turned off. I'm not even watching it. Actually, what I was watching wasn't exciting me very much, so I would never do it. So I've got YouTube going. So, yeah. So it's just, I thought I let it play on a little bit, and I'll stop it. Well, it stopped itself. Okay, well then if you're not going to cooperate, I'll just turn you off. There you are, you're off. Talk to the paper, talk to the iPad. Well, you actually can talk to the iPad. It's got Siri in it, doesn't it? Siri is hilarious. So if I speak to Siri, I don't actually ever speak to Siri, but if I try to speak to Siri in Italian, if for example, Steffi's telephone is obviously set up in Italian, and if I try to speak to Siri in Italian, why don't I move these things out of the way so I don't stick to them? Siri doesn't understand me, doesn't get my accent. And if Steffi tries to speak to my Siri, because my phone's set in English, doesn't understand him either. So Siri, you need to learn to understand people's accents. Oh, you can never go wrong with neutrals. I do think that my friend that does the ceramic, she's so talented, and she's also an architect, and she's really amazing at she's a perfectionist. Of course, she's an architect, so she's a perfectionist. I'm going to put this. Oh, I love it. Oh, I won't be able to part with this one. So they're all going to be hard to part with. Actually, I'm really enjoying these. So yeah, so she tells me that she struggles with colour, which is, yeah, I get that. I've seen her try to do some, you know, put more colour. I'm falling off my chair. It's probably a good idea to sit on your chair properly. I've got heaps of bits and pieces in my garbage bin that I can use. This is wonderful. I'm recycling straight out of the bin. Right, yeah, so she does. Yes, I've seen her struggle with colour. So yeah, it's not for everybody to use colour. It's quite can be taxing. I'm going to try this here, and as I say that, I probably will not be able to get my colours going. I like that. I don't like the green. Oh, I like the, see, this is, you know, Tina from Shabby Dabby Doodah always says she loves having her messy table because you know, she just sees things as she's working, and she just grabs them and picks them up and puts them on her whatever she's working on, and it does happen. Sometimes my mess is too much, like I can't cope with it. It does become too much for me, but I know exactly what she means, because as you saw, I just picked up something. What am I doing? I just picked up something and stuck it down there. No, I don't think I'll put my glue there. I think I'll put it there. Just a strip, just to hold it in place, because then it will be stitched. And I know I've got a straight edge there, but I think I might be putting something else on as well. So I'm just going to go over here. Got all kinds of Christmas fabrics that, as I said, I will no longer be using. Unless I do a project for myself. No, that's not the right colour. See, they're not the right red. Put that one up there. Isn't this cute? Let's get sidetracked. Isn't that the cutest Christmas fabric ever? I'm going to be destashing my fabrics, guys. Actually, my sweet husband said he would help me, and he's going to iron them all for me. Oh, that might be what he'll do when we come back from pizza. What a good idea. That's not, no, that's not working. So let's ditch those, and let's just go for some, maybe just a piece of this. I think there's too many things happening on that one, and it's also going to get possibly an image on it. So we really don't need, yeah, that's doing it more for me. And what I did was I've kept out all my scrappy bits, like, you know, my small, well, I've only got smaller bits of paper, I think, at the moment. I need to do some more printing. And as you know, my printers are on the blink. So goodness knows when I'll get off my you-know-what and go and organise for Amazon to come and collect my Eco Tank. Very disappointed in that. It's gone kaput. And I only got it at the end of February, guys. Remember that. End of February. So, and one might think that I do a lot of printing. I do a lot of printing compared to maybe someone who's not selling journals, but I actually have moments where I don't print much at all. So if I'm not actually working, like I've got other stuff to do, like, you know, for example, when I have the books in my shop, when I had those, I didn't do any crafting for days because I had to package those and do all the transport documents and everything. So I don't actually print every day, contrary to what people might think, and someone like Lindsay Zenor would print more than me with her Eco Tank because she sells her digitals in printed format. Now I could do that too, but the only reason why I haven't done it is because, well, now my printer's not working, so that's a good reason. But also, oh gosh, there's people moving in upstairs, and it's just like so much noise. I'm not used to it. We were just used to the peace and quiet with nobody upstairs. Anyway, I'll be a nice neighbour. So anyway, so yes, I'm not printing. Isn't that wonderful? Now these are from Jen from Dreams Etc. She has the yummiest Christmas kits, as I showed you before. Now, what was I saying? Yes, I'm not printing as much as people might think. I think I've only done, well, it might be a lot for some people, 4,000 something prints, colour prints. Now, I don't print on draft. I print, you know, the best quality I can. What about a piece of coffee dyed paper that I was throwing out, this strip? I'm going to take that really, I know I can't, I don't want the really, I know some people really like the grunge, I don't mind that one. Yeah, something like only, I say only, might be a lot, who knows. I've lost my train of thought. Yeah, 4,000 or 5,000 printouts, and I'm printing on draft, not draft, normal, and I thought it was, and I've changed my ink, like I've filled my tank up at least 3 times, at least. So my ink is not lasting me that long. I don't know how people's inks just stay not emptying out. I mean, they do last a long time compared to in other printers. Absolutely, absolutely. I'm very happy about that aspect. However, I like that. I expected it to last longer. Although I'm not going to complain about that, because it was doing when it was working far better than my other one. And the ink is not expensive, and you get to use the original ink, and so that's wonderful. But I'm very irritated that I have to send it off. I'm not good at sending things off to be done, to be fixed. It's just not my forte. I will hang on to it until I can cope no more without it. That's what I'll do. I know me, because it's just a pain in my side to have to get it fixed and be without it too. Amazon say you're going to be without it for 17 days at least. So that does not make me happy at all. Not a happy camper. So my HP, which was very inexpensive, €79 like 10 years ago or something, my dad bought it for me when he was here. I don't know why. Oh, because I had a bodgy other printer. I don't think I was doing any of this stuff, so I didn't really, maybe I didn't even have a printer. And my dad said, oh, you need to have a wireless printer. I think it's the same model as what he has. Isn't that wonderful? I don't think that needs anything else on it. So, yeah, my dad bought it for me when he was here. He said, you have to have a printer. So he got me this wireless one, and was not expensive. It was like €79 or something. And it's been a workhorse. Well, wouldn't you know, now that the Epson has decided to go kaput, my my HP has decided to have an attack, and it's not recognizing my ink cartridges. It's saying they're missing or they're damaged, and they're not. So, and it won't print. And like, I can take them out and put them back in a million times, and then eventually, isn't this pretty? My mum gave me this. It's from Spotlight, actually. It's not, they don't have it anymore, but Mum was last season at Spotlight in Australia. Spotlight, so it's, you know, it's our crafty store. It's the only option I think that the Aussies have. Is it, guys? You can correct me if I'm wrong. To, I guess, the US, what's it called, Michaels and those ones. And I don't know what you've got in the UK. So anyway, yes, so now my HP today, it did a bit of printing, but it leaked ink everywhere the other day when we were cleaning, which we were not happy about, and my husband said we needed that like a hole in the head. And then what? Then what did I want to say? I think I put that there. And then I got it going again. It stopped leaking. Like I took, I like that. I took the black cartridge because we realised it was black ink. And so I thought, actually I was a silly goose. I didn't check the cartridge to see if it had any cracks in it. I think it might have had a crack in it, because then once I took that out, it hasn't leaked again. So I think that the black had a leak. So but that totally stressed me out. I was already nearly out buying another one, because I think, because we, you know, this is now part of my everyday is printing. I can't not have, I need to have 2 printers. That's what I've decided. I need to have a lesser printer that's not expensive, that probably at the end of the day will end up working better than the more expensive one. Wouldn't that be the way? And so I was nearly went out and bought another one, and you know, it's just one of those things that makes you feel grumpy. It made me feel grumpy not having my printers working. Really made me grumpy. Really grumpy. Grumpy Rachel. Grumpy Rachel's not a good Rachel. You can ask Lulu, she doesn't like it when I'm grumpy. I don't like it when she's grumpy. She doesn't like it when I'm grumpy either. I guess we're probably similar. Oh, I love it. And I love it when it's hard to tear and it gets even more frayed and wild. I think that might be too big. I won't be able to tear it the other direction because that is the wrong direction. Okay, I'm going to put that somewhere. Yes, I like that. So if I can't get it to work, I've printed out some things. I'm going to be doing, oh my God, so much to do. Oh, I need to do my Crafty Cat design team project. And I kind of have an idea for it. It's just getting myself to do it. Find the time, because I'm also working on all my journals and I've got other things I'm doing. Oh dear, it's just too much. Anyway, I'll get it done. I'm just going to start working more hours in a day and see if I can get some things done. And there's no sitting around. No sitting around allowed in the evening. Oh, I like that. So you can just see, you start with your base and then just slowly build it up and see how you like it. Now, we've got plenty of options here to be sticking on it. Not these. I don't know why I kept those near. Those are way too big. Like, you can keep these things. I would not throw a piece like that out because it's stuck there now. Do you want to go there? Maybe. No, I kept those aside for if I want to make some belly bands, because they're just strips of papers that are fine for that. And I'm just wondering, I love these little Stamperia things. And I love, one of my favourite ones is the little house scene here in the snow. This is one of my favourites. I absolutely love this. I'll be sad when these are all gone. I think I have a few because I've had a few of those packs and I didn't know, I hope I'm on screen. I think I am. I never knew what to do with these, but now I know what to do with them. I won't have enough of them. There we go. Oh, I love it. There you go. Don't you just love it when things happen the way you want them to? They don't always. It's not always easy. Some days you have good days. I think the first video I did when I did these, I struggled. If you guys will remind me, I think I struggled. I found them hard because they're not as easy as they can look to do. I'm just in my garbage bin here, looking for some more scrappy bits, and this will do. This will do. I think I will take that wonky bit off because that might confuse me, and I just think I might take that straight edge off just in case it's poking out the side somewhere. And I think again I'm going to use this lovely fabric. Absolutely love this. My mum doesn't even watch my channel. She's so worried about her gigabytes. Okay, right, no. Next, oh, I know what I want to use. I love these little, this was a Lessian fabric. Lessian is, I don't know for the non-sewers, is a Japanese brand of fabulous fabrics. They're very well known, and they make really, really lovely quilting and sewing fabrics and linens, and they have a whole different, I'm saying it's Lessian, it might not be. Oh, now I'm having a blank. Just a minute. I thought it was Lessian. Oh, it might be Michael Miller or something like that. Now I'm having a doubt. And I don't have a selvage on it. I had another one. Oh, here I'm pretty sure it's Lessian. I've got this, look at the red one. Anyway, I don't know. I'm now confused. Anyway, we'll talk about Lessian. Lessian has very, very nice fabrics and things. So, And I mean, you can use them for your journals. They're very, very pretty and well worth it. So I'll tell you how you spell it, just in case, because sometimes I figured that sometimes maybe you can't hear properly how I'm pronouncing something. So it's L-E-C-I-E-N, Lessien. Yep, that's it. I might like one of those, but I've got to cut one. I've got one that I've cut out already. I've got to find it. So I kept all these little ones out. Some of these things are good for belly bands, and some are good for these. Some of them are the right size for, not that. Oh, well, that should be over there. I was thinking I might like, now which I can't figure out which way that's supposed to go. Yeah. Well, it's kind of lost. Yeah, I like it there. I might just see what it looks like with a little piece of this behind. You can see I'm avoiding that hole. I've been avoiding that hole, I think, ever since I started pulling out my fabrics for my videos. I'm going to cut around that hole forever until I run out. I probably didn't cut my piece big enough, but what if I stick it there? No. That's probably better down the side. And I think I like it. I'm just going to put some glue on here. And I may not do the stitching on the video because I literally, if I can, I normally zigzag down the center. Yeah, that's good. I normally zigzag down the center and capture a bit of everything if I can. If I can't, then I'll stitch around a bit more. I'll do a few more stitches and I won't use zigzag. Okay, let's do a couple more. And what paper? Maybe I could just use this. Although I do like to start with the beige. I don't know why. Got any good pieces of... Oh, here we go. Look at this. And you're thinking, why are you throwing that out? Well, you know, you can't keep everything. You've got to make a choice. I may get rid of that. I don't know. I'll grab another piece of this. Can't tell you how yummy this linen is. It's a shame not to be sewing on it. I've got quite a bit of it, so I will use it for sewing as well. I know I just put a piece in there to use for this sort of thing. Put them at, and another thing is, you might notice I like to put them at different heights, so not everything's at the same height. A little bit of writing up there. Let's just see. Maybe we can have some bells on there afterwards. Yes, so let's get gluing. So if you get your flow going, it can become, you know, they are quite quick. Doesn't have to, they're not super long things to do. So it's just getting if the flow is not going, then it's a nightmare doing these. You just have to give up for a minute and come back to it because they just frustrate you. I know I'm speaking from experience. You just get frustrated if they're not working. So I've got that, and then I think I'm going to have the bells. I don't really want to cut around them because they're quite, these particular designs are quite difficult to cut in the sense they're very intricate, but there's very small bits if you want to get rid of all the white. So in that case, if I'm going to have white with these, I think I prefer to just have torn white, if you know what I mean. There we go. I like the effect more. Oh yes, I really do like that. Yes, I do. I'm very happy with that one. Okay, so maybe they're not going to last 5 seconds. I can tell you now, these are not going to last. How many have I made? Kind of made 1, 2, 3. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They will not last 5 seconds. Love that one. Maybe we'll do something beigey again. Let's do something beigey again. I was going to stop there, but I'm going to just do another one because I want to do, well, I'd like to do more than one. I was digging the beige. Oh, I like that. That's green. That's a dark green. Don't want that. What about, where's my linen? Get my linen. And I'm out of script, I think. Might have to find some more script somewhere. Oh, my wordy lordy. That was tough. That is tough to tear. That's a tough tear, that one. Bit of a bloody blah today. Okay. This is my happy time of the year. I love the weather. It's cool. I've got my hoodie on. I can wear closed shoes. I don't feel hot in my feet. It just makes me really happy. Just trying to see if I tear some of this. I'm not going to get much of it, am I? Because there's not much on there. So it might not be worth covering all that. Oh, I could put it there. Maybe I'll put it there. I might just tear it down a bit more. Try not to lose too much writing. Put that there, yes. And I need to find something with those sorts of colours. Now, that would be lovely, but that's too big. Oh, well, let's just tear around it and see. Because it does have all that beige around it. So I looked up Stafil, the company. It originated in Bolzano, or Butzen. It's on the border of Italy. It's in Lulu, what's that region up the top there? Trentino Alto Adige is the region where Bolzano is. I quite like that one. Let's just see if there's anything else. And that's where this company originated from. And they are still there. And I tried to find, I don't think that they're in the States. They are in Europe, so they probably are in the UK. Oh, I like the linen. They are in the UK, I would expect, if they're in Europe. They said they were all over Europe. I'm going to put that there. So they would be in the UK, I expect. So you can try and see if there's any websites selling it there. They didn't say that they were outside of Europe, though. And so, yes, Bolzano, I think I might have spoken of it last year. It was where I went up and did that craft fair that I had to do all that preparation for, and it was hardly worth it. I mean, I got my money back, but that was about it. Oh, I don't have anything else in the blues. I thought I might have another blues. So yeah, they're from up there, and that, I don't know before which war, but before one of the wars, it was part of, here we go, this is what I was looking for, this sort of thing. Oh, I like that one. Before one of the wars, I can't remember. Which war, Lily, did they divide Europe up? The First World War? Lou?
What?
Did they divide Europe up after the First World War?
What do you mean?
Like, when they gave Italy Bolzano, Trento, Alto Adige.
Yeah, after the First World War.
So, yeah, after the First World War, you know how they divided Europe up, and, like, parts of Austria and Germany, like, went to Italy and that sort of thing. And I think that's when they just, sort of divided up all that, like, combined all that area, like in the Balkans and Yugoslavia and that sort of thing. And I mean, that would be pretty just as it is. And so yeah, so Bolzano was part of, well, I think it's very complex, European history. I saw that when Lulu was studying. Actually, I don't know it all very well because we only touched on it in Australia, and we did a lot more of maybe, you know, sort of English history than sort of all of Europe when I was at school. But anyway, so over time that area has sort of gone back and forth between Italy and Austria, and then then they gave it back to Italy. They put it back in Italy, gave it back. That's probably not the right word. However, the people up there sort of they feel more Austrian than they do Italian. They don't feel Italian, and I think they're not very happy about it. I think they would like in their dreams to go back to Austria, to being Austrian. And so I'm just loving this linen. It's coming out again. And so yeah, so a lot of them up there, some of them don't even speak Italian, and they're actually Italian citizens. They speak Austrian or German, some form of German. I'm not sure if there's a difference, but the Italians just say, it's just like you know, like if they speak, they just say Austrians speak German, but I don't know that Austrian is the same as German. I don't like it when you don't distinguish. Like, it's just like saying, if you were to say New Zealand is Australia, the same as Australia. Well, it's not. They're New Zealanders, and Australians are Australians. So I think you need to distinguish Italian. They're just all Germans for the Italians. But however, the Italians might be right. They might be all similar. So I don't know. I don't know why they say that. You know, it's like saying the Canadians are Americans. Well, they're not. So just because it's a similar, yeah. Well, that's like a bit of a dog's breakfast, really. That mess that I've made there. So I think I'm losing my mojo with my chitter chatter, and I might have to give it a rest. Oh yeah, I'm liking that more. I'm trying to put too many things. So let's put the fabric down. But it's very interesting. It's interesting when you go to one area in a country and some of them don't even speak the language where you are. They actually speak another language, and they don't even feel they're from the country that they live in, because they say that area. I asked some of the people from up there, you know, why was it so? But it's still a hard concept for us. I think, especially for us Australians, it's a hard concept for us because we live so far away from everyone. So I keep wanting to put that one in there. I don't think that's going to go on there because that's just covering up my green. And oh, well, if I flip it around, that's nice. It needs a bit of little bit of netting. So also near where I live, there's the Republic of San Marino, and that's another funny one, because that's another country. And well, there you go. I've figured it out now. That's a totally another country, but they speak with exactly the same accent as, you know, my husband or Lulu or anyone from this area. They have similar traditions. They eat similar food. It has an interesting history. So to me, they're in my mind, although I'm wrong, they're not. They're people from San Marino, San Marinese in Italian. However, to my mind, they're Italian because they sound the same, they look the same, they eat the same. They're just in the Republic of San Marino, but everything else is the same. The government's bodgy there too, like it is here. Anyway, guys, I didn't get the belly bands done, but I think I better go because I think I've been on for a long time. I'll photograph those for the video, and I'll stitch those up. And when they're stitched, I'll show you them again. So thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye.